Good morning, First Christian Church. The sun is rising in the bluegrass, and it reminds me of my favorite verse for you, and that is Luke 1:78-79. In the tender compassion of our God, the dawn from on high shall break upon us and shine on those who dwell in darkness and in the land and in the shadow of death, and will guide our feet into the way of peace. I'm thinking today about those who dwell in darkness. The sun's coming up, the darkness is going away, but for some people, the darkness has nothing to do with the sun. It has to do with what's going on in their lives. Some people struggle with depression, with addiction, with disease, with grief. There's all kinds of reasons that people struggle with the darkness, and the scripture tells us the dawn from on high shall break upon us. I pray that this day the dawn of Christ will break into the darkness of your life. It's been a busy time at South Elkhorn, at First Christian Church. I'm sorry, I used to pastor South Elkhorn Christian Church, and it's hard for me to get my names right. It's been a busy week at First Christian Church. Yesterday was really busy. Sunday was really busy. I've got a funny story for you. So I'm still finding my way around, and when I got there were so many people to see, so many things to do, that it was hard for me to focus on anything. And so yesterday I was sitting in my office, and Donna apparently had gone down the hallway to help Stephen move some equipment from one room to another. And so the phone started ringing, and I started looking at the phone, and I thought, is that a intercom? Is Donna calling me, or is that somebody coming from the inside? And I thought it was Donna calling me. So I picked it up and said, hello. And it was David May, and he said, well, hello, this is, so I had answered an outside line by saying hello. And so he told me he had something for Donna, and I said, David, I'd give you her, but I don't know how to transfer her on this phone yet. And so he said, I'll just send it by email. And I said, okay, I've got to learn the phone system. And then Sunday morning, I showed up at church at 9 o'clock, and I went in, and I flashed my little key, and I went inside, and I kept hearing a little buzz. And then in a couple of minutes, the alarm went off. I had set off the alarm. And then I remembered that when I first got there on Tuesday, Donna had said, what number do you want for the alarm? And I had said so-and-so, and she'd say, I need to show you that. And I said, well, when we've got time, I'm really busy right now. And so the moral of this story is, man fails to listen to woman who is trying to tell him what's good for him. And so I called Donna up at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. That's, Donna, I am so sorry I didn't listen to you. The alarm's going off. What am I supposed to do now? And she helped me out, and we got the alarm off, and church went on. But I'm still learning the ropes at First Christian Church, I'll tell you that. What a day this has been. What a week this has been. In fact, I think I've been your pastor for a week now, and I want to review a few things that have happened and let you know about some things. Last Saturday, it was Catherine who went to Marilyn Marlowe's funeral and represented the church there, and the family really appreciated her going, and I appreciate her going on behalf of the church. Then we had Sunday worship, and I had a great time Sunday, and you were so kind. It looked like we had a great crowd, and you laughed at the right places, and everything went good for that. After church, there was a good children activity that Patty Wright did, and then the youth had a great activity. They went to the lake, and Patrick McClure's boat, I understood, was used, and John Funkhauser drove the bus, and Catherine went along. I called Catherine about 5:30 Sunday night, and I said, are you still alive? Because she had gone all day long. And I can understand somebody going all day long when they're healthy, but here she was, and she was doing fine and still going strong. Then Monday came, and Monday was just a crazy day. Everything just went so fast. We had staff meeting, had a great staff meeting, and a lot of good things took place there. And then I had meetings and people stopping by, and about 12:30, Catherine said, I'm going to order something from Jimmy John's. And I said, well, order me a sandwich too. So she ordered me a sandwich, and then we had personnel committee at 1 o'clock, and next thing I knew, it was 4 o'clock, and I hadn't had a chance to eat a bite of that sandwich, so I took it home to eat it later. Just one of those kind of days. I also got to visit with Margaret Milburn, who we had a lovely visit together, and I met her dog Sugar, who was not at all happy about me coming in the door, was just barking up. That dog's about that tall, and barking up storm. She said, he won't hurt you. And I thought, sure. But I managed to get in and make friends with Sugar. Sugar likes me now, settled down, got on my lap, so I think I'm in like Flint as your interim pastor because Sugar likes me. Bill Barker came by. We had a nice long talk about his ALS. Lots happened in Bill's life since I was here 4.5 years ago, but he is a trooper. I'm going to tell one of his stories Sunday morning. Today, we've had some activity. Catherine has gone to Lexington for chemo. Her numbers were good, and they're actually doing the chemo treatment, and she's glad to get this over with. It's her fourth big treatment, and so that was a good thing. Jane Boyd went to Lexington and got the cast off of her arm, so that was good news. We understand that Becky Whitehead had been in the hospital and was to be released this afternoon, so we'll all be praying for her. I've been making a lot of phone calls trying to get in touch with everybody, and I'm finding some members that are not here. I called the McLaughlins, and they're in Washington State. I said, you folks are like Carmen Sandiego. You're all over the world. And so they are in Washington State. I called the Robertsons, and they said, we're in Florida. I called the Sullivans, and they're in North Carolina. And I thought, you know, these people may need a pastoral visit. I may just have to go to Florida or Washington State or North Carolina to visit these people. I had a lovely card from Jan Bradshaw. She said, you should have seen the smile on my face when I found you accepted our interim position at First Christian Church Danville. That was a sweet thing. And then Bob Ziesmer gave me a gift, and I want you to see this gift because it's something from his garden, and I want you to see what a gourd he gave me. Can you believe that gourd? It's some kind of fancy Syrian gourd he grew for some refugee families here, and he gave it to me primarily as a joke. I don't think he meant for me to eat all that. Well, it's been a fun day, a good week. I want to end with our scripture passage. Remember Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things.